Hi friends and welcome. In this video we'll be looking at matrices. Matrices are a very important topic in both senior and junior secondary, implying that it is a topic that is covered at both grade 9 level and also at grade 12 level. So you'll be examined on this topic at both your junior secondary and your senior secondary. So in short, this video is very important to both grade 9s preparing for their grade 9 final examinations and also grade 12s who are preparing for their grade 12 final examinations. So let's get into this interesting topic of matrices. So what are matrices? That's the first question that we need to answer. What are matrices and what do we mean by matrices? So matrices, or rather a matrix is simply a rectangular arrangement of expressions, of numbers, of letters, of symbols, and this rectangular arrangement can be in the form of this form rather. We've got matrix A, and matrix A is equal to, let's say we've got A, B, C, with 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this is a matrix. This is matrix A. So this rectangular arrangement is in the form of columns and rows. So to those of you that might not be familiar with the term rows and the term columns, when we talk of columns, or rather when we talk of rows, let's start with rows. When we talk of rows, rows are simply the expressions, the symbols, the values, the letters that are arranged horizontally. Okay, from right to left or left to right. So these are rows. And when we talk of columns, we are referring to these values that are arranged vertically. Okay, so these are columns. So a matrix is composed of rows and columns. Okay, so it's a rectangular arrangement composed of rows and columns. So what is in our first row? Our first row has got letters A, B, C. See that? And let me just write it there for you. So our first row is composed of these letters A, B, and C. Our second row is composed of numbers 1, 2, and 3. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. Then what about the columns rather? What do we have in the columns? In the first column, we've got letter A and number 1. In the second column, we've got letter B and number 2. In the third column, we've got letter C and number 3. Okay. So now that we've understood what a matrix is, what do we need to know about the matrix? The first thing that you need to know is that matrices are identified by what is known as the order of matrices. So when you talk of the order of a matrix, we're simply referring to the number of columns and the number of rows that matrix has. So I said matrices are defined, or rather identified, by what is known as the order of a matrix. Okay, and this order of a matrix is defined by the rows, the number of rows, and the number of columns. So we start with first identifying the number of rows, and then we identify the number of columns. Okay, so if I was to ask you to say, what is the order of matrix A? So order of matrix A What is the order of matrix A? How many rows does matrix A have? It has 2 rows. So we've got 2. And how many columns? It has 3 columns. So this is a 2 by 3 matrix. This is a number of rows, and this is a number of columns. Okay, so let's just go through that again. Here I have a few examples on the order of matrices. So if I was to say, what is the order of matrix B? And matrix B is composed of 2, 3, 1, 4, and it has 1, 4, 5, and 7. That was to ask you to say, what is the order of matrix B? Matrix B is A. How many rows does matrix B have? It has 1, 2, 1, 2, 2 rows. So B is a 2 rows by how many columns? 1, 2, 3, 4. So it is a 2 by 4 matrix. Okay? If we were to have matrix C has values 1, 3, 7, and 9. That was to ask you to say, what is the order of matrix C? So matrix C is A. Give it a try. Okay? So matrix C only has one row, only has one horizontal line, one horizontal arrangement of numbers, but it has a number of columns. It has 1, 2, 3, 4 columns. So this is a 1 by 4 matrix. Okay? If we had, let's say, matrix D, which is composed of 1, 3, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5, 2. What is the order of matrix D? Give it a try. How many rows does matrix D have, and how many columns does matrix D have? Matrix D has 1, 2, 3 rows. 3 rows. And how many columns? 1, 2, 3. So matrix D is a 3 by 3 matrix. Okay. So that's that about the order of matrices. So now that we've looked at the order of matrices, and we've defined matrices, and we know how to identify them by their order, what is the next thing that we need to know about matrices? Well, matrices can be multiplied by a certain value. For example, let's say we've got our matrix A. Matrix A has 2, 3, 7, and 1, 2, 5. Okay? This is our matrix A. And I was to tell you to say, multiply matrix A by 2. So you're going to say matrix A multiplied by 2. Okay? Or rather, this is basically the same as saying 2A, right? So what we're doing is simply multiplying this scalar value that we have, this value that we have, which is a 2, by all the values that matrix A holds. Okay? Hope we are together on that one. 2 multiplied by all the values that matrix A holds. So to find 2A, we are going to say this is the same as 2 multiplied by everything there. So we can put the 2 outside, and we can rewrite our matrix, which is 2, 3, 7, and we've got 1, 2, and 5. Okay? So we are multiplying the 2 by everything in there. So we're going to have 2 multiplied by, okay, let me just draw the boxes first. 2 multiplied by 2 will give you 4. 2 multiplied by 3 will give you 6. 2 multiplied by 7 will give you 14. 2 multiplied by 1 will give you 2. 2 multiplied by 2 will give you 4. And 2 multiplied by 5 will give you, yes, 10. So this is your 2A. This is your matrix 2A, which is simply 4, 6, 14, 2, 4, and 10. Okay, so that's how we multiply a matrix by a certain constant. So here, give this one a try. 3, or we've got matrix B. The matrix B is composed of 4. Okay, sorry for that 4. Matrix B is composed of 4, these are 4, 11 and 7. And I tell you to say find 6B. Okay, so grade 9s, grade 12s, give this one a try, and let's see if we can come to and arrive to the same answer. So 6B, so I'm simply saying 6 multiplied by this whole matrix that we have, which is 4, 11 and 7. Okay, so let's get into it. 6 multiplied by 4 gives you, yes, 24. 6 multiplied by 11 gives you 66. And 6 multiplied by 7 gives you 42. 42. So did you get that? If you got that, then we can move on from this part of the video. Okay, so I think in this video we'll just have to end here and look out for the next video. In the next video we'll continue from where we're ending now, and we'll see how far we can go in understanding matrices. Thank you very much.